Aphorism number 7.
Very good. What we have learned in that?
Totality of symptoms.
Okay. What is the totality of symptom? Anybody? What we have done yesterday to understand that totality?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
outwardly reflected picture of the internal essence of the disease,
Yes, correct.
that is म्हणजे affection of vital force.
Yes, and that vital force will give you the guidance that I am deranged in the form of signs and symptoms. And when you are making this, the totality of this sign and symptom, we called it as a totality of the symptom.
Totality.
Okay. What we have learned in the footnote, we have not completed, no footnote?
No, ma'am.
No. So only we have completed aphorism number 7. Anyone else can give me the idea of again the totality of symptom? Anyone else? Shall I ask?
Uncommon symptoms gives the totality of symptom.
Mention your name.
Mansi.
Okay. Uncommon.
Symptoms.
Okay. Anyone else?
Ma'am,
Huh?
we have to differentiate first common and uncommon symptoms.
Hmm.
Then uncommon symptoms are helpful for the selection of remedy.
Hmm.
And then we have to differentiate the primary complaints, chief complaints, and presenting complaints.
No, that we are taking in the case of the patient or in the case history.
Then
Jai
summary
Shri.
of symptoms.
Okay. Jai Shri Shrisagar. Jai Shri Shrisagar. Not here. Jai Shri Fad. Both Jai Shris are not here. Prasanna. Okay. So nobody is here, I think so. Only I am the participant here. Nobody is giving the answer. Anyone else want to focus on the totality of symptoms again that we have learned yesterday?
Ma'am,
Huh.
totality of symptom means sum of the symptoms reflecting the individuality of the patient. These symptoms related to the various pathological conditions of the different part of body. And whole summary सांगू का ma'am? Aphorism 7 ची.
Mention your name.
Ma'am Nikita.
नको ठीक आहे ओके कळलंय म्हणजे तुला
Okay.
Anyone else? Okay, so this totality of the symptom is given in which aphorisms? In which
7.
Huh? 7.
7, 8, 9, 13.
No, 9 is not there. 7, 8, 16, 17 and 18. 9, 10, 11, 12, they are related to the vital force. Okay. So we have seen yesterday that the definition we have seen, that is, it is the outwardly reflected picture of internal essence of disease, that is the affection of the vital force. We have seen the definition, then we have seen that this is the whole and the soul guide to select the medicine, and in that we are considering peculiar, uncommon, characteristic symptoms. We are not considering the common symptoms here. We are making the totality. Why we are making the totality? Today we will see why we are making, so that we can get the cause, we can get the summary of that patient in short. If you are having the 10 pages of the case or the 20 pages of case, then it is of no use if you don't have any uncommon or the peculiar symptom, because we want that as our drug proving is done in that way. So we are doing the summary of your patient. In that summary, we are considering the cause of the patient, we are considering the signs and symptoms of the patient, and we are considering those special characters which will indicate the mechanism of the disease, generally in the chronic one. In the acute totality, we are not considering the mechanism as such. But whenever you are dealing with the chronic patient, there also the symptoms or the special symptoms will indicate the mechanism. So for these three reasons, we are making the totality. That is to understand the cause. Second, to know the sign and symptoms of the patient. It may be in the acute case or it may be in the chronic case. And the third one is the miasmatic diagnosis, so that it will be easy for you to give the miasmatic medicine or the constitutional medicine to the patient. Then this totality of the symptom will also helpful for the individualization of the patient. Now in the epidemic, we have no time to find out the each and every remedy for each and every person. But if you are doing such thing, if you are finding the they say we have find out the camphora and the arsenic for the epidemic, but they are not working in each and every patient. We have to give the medicine symptomatically. So this totality will helpful to distinguish the case or to distinguish the patient from one to another. Similarly, this totality of the symptom, it is having the different types. So the types of totality of the symptoms are the chronic totality or the acute totality. Then this totality is having the sectional totality, miasmatic totality. These are the types of the totality of the symptom. Acute totality means that we are doing in the acute case. Chronic chronic totality means that we are for considering the miasms that I have told previously. For that we are considering the chronic totality. Sector totality means if one part is only affected, if the stomach is affected, in the acute case I am talking about, or the finger is affected, or the eye is affected. So in that we are considering the totality on that part only, that is known as sector totality. And the fourth type is the miasmatic totality. So there we are taking only those symptoms or considering only those part in which we are getting the much more symptoms related to that miasms. So these are the certain types of the totality. So this is about the totality that we have done yesterday. We have done definition and the importance of the totality. So important is that it is helpful for the choice of the remedy. This will guide you to differentiate or to individualize the patient from one patient to another. So this will help you to get the holistic approach. This will help you to get the summary of the patient. You will get the sensation, you will get the location, modality, and concomitant. There you will get the subjective and the objective characteristic symptoms. Again, you will get the uncommon physical generals. Yesterday we have seen that patient require the hot water. Again, you will get the occupational history in that totality. So all this will helpful to find out the medicine. So to understand the proper concept of the totality of the symptom, again we will take the philosophy on it. Okay, now we will take the footnote for the totality of the symptom, for which word it is given. 1 and 2. The two footnotes are there. One is for the remove and the second is for the totality. So for the word remove, they have given the indisposition concept. So what is that indisposition? We will see. So for the word remove, the one concept is indisposition. It is not necessary to say that every intelligent physician would first remove this where it exists. So this means the cause that I have told you. We are forming the totality to get the cause, to get the signs and symptoms, and for the miasmatic indications. Here they have given that it is not necessary that every time you are having a material cause, the indisposition thereupon generally ceases spontaneously. As soon as you remove the cause, the patient will feels better. That is nothing but the indisposition. So every intelligent physician must know that for every signs and symptoms, the medicine is not required. Sometimes the special characters are present in the society. If you are removing that material cause, they feel better. That condition is known as indisposition. For a simple example, nowadays we are not eating outside food because of the pandemic. But before that, we are eating the outside food very easily. So if you want to eat the pani puri from outside or the vada pav from outside, and after this college, if you ate that, in the evening 6 o'clock, and at the 10 o'clock if you are feeling some problem in your stomach, you might have the loose motion. So that is because of the vada pav. So that is known as indisposition. Okay? After the some period of time or at that particular time, you will have the certain signs and symptoms. So there is no need to take the medicine. If the loose motions for 1 or 2 times, it is okay. That infection will go out from your body. So there is no need to take the medicine. But if the intensity frequency increases, it is more than 5 times, then only you have to take the medicine. Otherwise, it is a quite natural state. 1 or 2 times if you are going for the washroom, then it is no problem. It will be automatically cure. You will be automatically get the relief after the that all the infection will excreted from your body. So that condition is known as indisposition. But what precaution you have to take, you should not eat that vada pav again for 7 to 8 days, so that your stomach will again get the healthy food, and again you will not indispose. So once you remove the cause, the patient feels better. So for that, he has given the certain examples. So whenever the question is for the indisposition, generally for the 5 or 10 marks, you have to mention that this indisposition is given in the footnote for the aphorism number 7. And the same examples that mentioned by Dr. Haniman, you also explain the same example. The same examples are expected by the student, not by your own way. So the first example is, can anybody read for me the examples? Anybody? No one is ready among 54 participants? No one?
Ma'am, can I?
Hmm.
He will remove. Ma'am, correct, na?
Yes, correct.
He will remove
Sakshi
from
ka?
the room. No, ma'am, Vaishnavi.
Okay. Huh.
He will remove from the room strong smelling flowers
Hmm.
which have a tendency to cause
Syncope.
syncope
Hmm.
and his hysterical suffering.
Okay, this is the first example. So what he said, ki a ladies enter into the room, and there the strong smelling flowers are present in the vase, and because of that smell she falls down. She have syncope, usko chakkar aa gayi, and she is having the, or she may have the hysterical suffering. What is hysteria? This word is from the Materia Medica. What is hysteria? Do you know the word hysteria or hysterical sufferings? Do you have any idea? Say yes or no. If no, I will explain. If yes, you will tell me. Say yes or no without wasting time.
Condition in which the people cannot uh, control their emotions.
Anything? Anyone else? What is hysteria? No one.
Ma'am, uncontrollable emotion.
Okay, what you called it in your language? Do you understand that hysteria that you have given me the meaning? आपको क्या समझा है वो मुझे बताओ. तुम्हाला काय समजलं हिस्टेरिया म्हणजे? अरे, what do you understand? Have you heard that word hysteria before in the Materia Medica?
Ma'am, intoxication.
No, hysteria means it is totally sympathetic presentation. That patient is not having anything, but to get the sympathy, to get the attention, or it may be for the pampering. That person is behaving like that. वो false behave करता है for all these things कि लोग मेरी तरफ देखे, मुझे attention दे, मुझे pamper करे, मेरा ही नाम ले हमेशा. So that patient is behavior is just like a hysteria. अब ये patient जब गिरेगा, hysteria का patient अगर उसको चक्कर आ रहा है, so that patient will not fall on the hard floor. That patient will fall on the, जहाँ पे कोई तो भी उसको बचाने वाला है, वो अगर गिरेगा या फिर where there she is or he is safe, वहीं पे वो गिरेगा. इफ दैट पेशेंट हिस्टेरिया है, इफ उसको अगर बहुत ज्यादा वो पैनिक हो गया है, सो दैट इज अ फॉल्स थिंग. उसको गुस्सा भी उसका फॉल्स रहता है. सो जब कोई वहां से गुजर रहा है, देन ओनली ही और शी विल शाउट. दैट इज द हिस्टेरिया, सो दैट ही और शी विल गेट द बेनिफिट ऑफ इट. या फिर उसको कहीं जाना ही नहीं है, जैसे छोटे बच्चे करते हैं ना, दे डोंट वांट टू गो टू द स्कूल एंड दे सडनली दे आर हैविंग अ स्टमक एक. That is the hysterical manifestation. So that the mother and or the father will attend them very well, and that time chala jata hai school ka, and then they feel better. So this is the hysterical sufferings ki they will never hurt their self. जहाँ पे उनको ऐसे लगता है अभी मेरे बॉडी को हर्ट होगा, वो वहाँ पे कभी नहीं गिरेंगे, कभी उसको बचाने नहीं जाएंगे. कोई सुन रहा है क्या, ये देख के ही they will show their manifestation. So this is the hysteria. So that lady will fall by the syncope. So that is the hysterical suffering. So why this is happening? Because of the strong smelling flower. So जैसे ही उसके नाक में वो smell जाता है, she having the syncope. So that is not her problem. Because of this condition that is known as indisposition, she is having the syncope. And at the same time, she is hysterical. तो वो इधर उधर पहले देखेगी कोई बचाने वाला है क्या, एंड देन शी विल फॉल डाउन. अगर कोई नहीं है तो वो चुपचाप वो रूम में से निकल जाएगी. बट इफ सम हैंडसम बॉय इज देयर, देन शी विल फॉल डाउन, एंड दैट इज द हिस्टेरिकल सफरिंग. ओके, नेक्स्ट. नेक्स्ट वैष्णवी.
Extract from the cornea the foreign bodies that excites inflammation of the eyes.
This is our routine example. Whenever you go out or inside a house also, if there is some foreign bodies enter into your eye, what you are doing? Are you taking the medicine for that? If your eyelash is enter into your eye, what you are doing? Are you taking the silicea for that to remove the foreign body? What you are doing? What you are doing then?
Rubbing the eyes.
Rubbing the eyes. Then anyone else? What you are doing?
फुंकर मारतो डोळ्यात.
फुंकर मारतो डोळ्यात, त्यांनी काय होतं मग?
जे डोळ्यात गेलेलं असतं ते निघतं.
बरोबर आहे.
किंवा
तर आपण काय करतोय लास्ट, म्हणजे आपल्याला करायचं काय आहे, वी हॅव टू
remove the foreign
remove that
body.
foreign body, correct? So that you will not have that lacrimation or you will not have the burning in the eye. बरोबर? That is your aim, की काहीतरी डोळ्यात गेलं, ते असं दुखतंय आपल्याला डोळ्यात. सो व्हॉट इज आवर एम? टू रिमूव इट, टू रिमूव दैट फॉरेन बॉडी. एक बार वो फॉरेन बॉडी रिमूव हो गई आपके आंख में से, देन यू फील्स बेटर. So that is again the indisposition. There you do not require the medicine. What is your aim? To remove that foreign body so that the inflammation of the eye will be prevented. Next.
Loosen the overtight bandage on the wounded limb that threatens to cause mortification.
Yes, if you fall down while you are playing and if the bleeding is there, what you are doing, the first aid, you are bandaging a tight cloth there. But if the blood supply is stopped because of that tight bandage, what you will do?
लूज करना त्याला.
लूज करायचं. सो सेम थिंग हियर, थ्रेटन्स जो कर रहा है, जो मॉर्टिफिकेशन वहां पे कर रहा है, सो यू हैव टू लूज इट. Again, for that loosen, you don't require the medicine. You just mechanically do it. Apply a more suitable one. या फिर आप क्या करोगे, टाइट बैंडेज निकाल दोगे and apply the more comfortable one. Next.
Lay bare and put ligature on the wounded artery that produces fainting. Endeavor to promote the expulsion by vomiting of, मॅम ते दिसत नाही कर्सर मुळे,
Belladonna.
vomiting of belladonna berries etc.
Bus. Lay bare and put ligature on the wounded artery that produces fainting. So whenever you are having the injury, आत्ताच मी जसं सांगितलं की if there is a bleeding, then what you are doing, you are pressing that for the 20 seconds. And according to एक ते काढून टाक माझ्या ह्याच्यावर. And according to your bleeding time, it will stop. आपल्याला कधी काटा रुततो किंवा कधी सुई लागते किंवा कधी ब्लेड लागते हाताला, कधी चाकू लागतो. So what you are doing, whenever you are having the bleeding, you are just pressing it with the help of हळद लावून आपण त्याला थोडा वेळ प्रेस करून ठेवतो ना. फॉर दॅट वी आर नॉट टेकिंग द मेडिसिन. अरे बापरे, थोडासा आपल्याला सुरी लागली भाजी कट करताना, we are not taking the medicine, the bleeding thambala. What immediately we are doing, we just pressing, correct? So that is again the indisposition. Endeavor the promote expulsion of vomiting belladonna berries. जर कोणाकोणाला ऍसिडिटीचा त्रास असतो आणि the patient will always say की if I vomited, I feels better. So in that case, बरेच लोक काय करतात, पडजिभेवर 2 बोटं टाकून उलटी बाहेर काढतात. So that they will feel better. That is again the indisposition. That may have been swallowed, extract the foreign substances that may have got into the orifices of the body. लहान मुलं बरेच वेळा काही वस्तू टाकतात नाकात, कानात or anywhere in the body. So for that we किंवा एखाद्या वेळेस घशात सुद्धा अडकतात, शेंगादाणे बरेच वेळा अडकतात. So for that, what we are doing, we have to just extract that foreign material. Crush the vesical calculus, open the imperforate anus of the newborn infant. So this is the newborn infant, maybe if there is some kuch problem aata hai, so there also we have to remove that foreign material. So this is the condition which is known as indisposition, where you remove the cause, patient feels better, where there is no need to give the medicine. But if the condition persists, then only we have to give the acute medicine. So in the first example, that lady is having the syncope and the hysterical manifestation, remove the strong smelling flower. कारण त्याच्या वासामुळे, त्याच्या सुगंधामुळे तिला चक्कर येते. So as soon as you remove that flower, she feels better. Second example, you remove that foreign material from your cornea. Again, you will be prevented from the inflammation of the eye. If someone is having the mortification, then lose the tight bandage so that the blood supply or the oxygen supply will be proper. If the ligature on that artery is very tight, it may leads to the fainting, lose it. If the person wants to do the vomiting, give the belladonna berry so that he will vomit and feels better. Again, there is no need to give the medicine. If the foreign material is present inside the body, remove that foreign material from the orifice. So in these conditions where only by removing the cause, the patient feels better, that condition is known as indisposition. Here we do not require to give the medicine, but if the symptom persists for more than 4 hours, 5 hours, then only you have to think for the totality of the symptoms. Clear? What is indisposition?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now for the footnote 2. In all times, the old school physicians not knowing how else to give relief because they don't know the concept of indisposition. They sought to combat and if possible to suppress by medicines here and there a single symptom from among the number of diseases. So just I have given you one example, that vada pav. So if you prefer to take the allopathic medicine, they will ask you a single symptom. They will ask bahar ka kuch khaya tha na, so you said yes, then they will give you antibiotic. So they only one infectious symptom among the number of symptoms, and they will prescribe you to combat that situation. They will sort the medicine in that, like that way. But what happen by taking this medicine, there will be a suppression, there will not be a cure of that disease. A one-sided procedure which under the name of symptomatic treatment has justly excited a universal contempt. So what they have used the word universal contempt. What is this contempt? Now you are studying FMT. That's why I'm asking you, what is this contempt? What is, huh?
अपमान
अपमान. अजून? अजून कोणी? Contempt of court.
Disrespect.
तुम्ही ऐकलं असेल ना FMT मध्ये. This is the contempt of court. Have you heard this word in FMT?
Disrespectful to law court.
Have you heard this word or not? ये word हुआ है आपका contempt? Contempt of law और contempt of court, ये word हुआ है क्या? नहीं हुआ है तो नहीं बोलो, हुआ है तो yes बोलो.
No, ma'am.
No, then
No,
it's okay,
ma'am,
no
no.
problem. I think कि आपका FMT चालू है तो इसमें contempt ये word गया होगा. So this is the disrespect or the you are not showing the much seriousness. You are जसं तिने म्हटलं अपमान. So that is you are doing something wrong with that. So this is the universal contempt. उन्होंने एक word use किया है. Universal means related to the medical field. So they are giving the medicine in the case of indisposition. ये अपमान है medical field में, ऐसा डॉक्टर हैनिमन बोलते हैं. Because by it what happened, not only was nothing gained, they will not gain anything. The patient is also not curing. They only suppressing the symptoms of the patient, but the harm they are inflicted. So they are giving only the pain, they are only causing the harm to the patient. A single one of the symptoms present is no more the disease itself than a foot is the man himself, that we have seen in the chapter 6. Organ is not the man. A man come first and then the organ. The same thing Dr. Hahnemann repeat here कि single symptom is not the whole disease. जैसे एक पैर यानी पूरा आदमी का शरीर नहीं होता है, like that. If you are treating only the one symptom, it is not or it is not useful to cure the patient. This procedure was so much the more reprehensible that such a single symptom was only treated by an antagonistic remedy. Antagonistic means the opposite remedy. This may leads to the palliation whereby a slight elevation but subsequently only rendered all the worse. So slightly you will get a relief from your pain, but subsequently that person became worse. So again, after 2 to 3 days, that person may have the same symptoms, because you don't know what is the cause and how to treat the cause. There is no need to give the medicine. Unnecessarily, you are giving the burden of medicine to that person, and that medicine will give the side effect. This will causes the palliation, and after some time that person will be worse because of that palliation. And hence, in such condition where the patient, only by removing the cause, the patient feels better, there is no need to give the medicine. This is a universal contempt. This is the this is not the rule in the medical field कि if the patient is only by nil by mouth से भी अगर काम होता है, unnecessarily don't give the medicine. Least is preferable, that we have seen in the pharmacy. The least is better. जितना कम आप दोगे, that is a better for our body, because the vital force, आपको क्या करना है, vital force को सिर्फ push करना है. He will do all the things. Unnecessarily उसको helping hand लेने की उसको जरूरत ही नहीं है. He will do his work better because he is having the formative intelligence. So in the indisposition, there is no need to give the medicine. Unnecessary, this will causes the palliation, and after that, that person will be a worse condition. Clear? What we are doing and what old schools are doing in the indisposition?
Yes, ma'am.
Only one yes from 54 participants.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Aditi, what is indisposition? Akash, what is indisposition? Akash is here.
Yes, ma'am.
What is indisposition? No, Akash is not here. Mark him absent. Bhavu Sahib, what is indisposition? Bhavu Sahib is also absent. Aditya, Akash and Bhavu Sahib are absent, huh? Ikra?
Ma'am, Akash, I'm present.
Okay, okay. Then give me the answer.
मैम आर्टरी जो लिगेचर होगी तो उस पे टाइट बैंड बांधा होगा तो लूज करके उसको ही करना
I
चाहिए.
have not asked you examples. What I have asked you, what is indisposition?
इंडिस्पोजिशन एग्जांपल ही पता है मैम.
Ikra, what is now listen the answer from Ikra and then again give me the answer, Akash.
Okay, ma'am.
हाँ, Ikra, what is indisposition?
मैम indisposition is that मतलब हर क्या बोलते हैं, for everything we don't need medicine, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Examples as Dr. Hahnemann has given. If something is going in the eye, so there is no need to take medicine. We can just wash it or just remove that particle, or we can just rub it. So for every signs and symptoms, we don't need medicine. For every cause, for every material cause, we don't need any medicines. This is the meaning of indisposition, ma'am.
So this is
According
a state
to
where you don't require the medicine. This is only by removing the cause, the patient feels better.
Yes, ma'am.
Akash, repeat the same thing.
मॅम प्रत्येक गोष्टीला औषधाची गरज नसते. जर डोळ्यात काय घाण गेली
घाण
तर
नाही रे
आपण ते
म्हणायचा,
करून.
फॉरेन मटेरियल म्हण.
ओके मॅम, फॉरेन मटेरियल गेले तर आपण ते रब करून काढू शकतो. आणि मॅम जर आर्टरी बिल्टरी जर ट्रॅप झाली तर बँडेज अप्लाय करून ते जरा टाईट जर असले तर लूज करून करू शकतो. जर कोणाला उलटी करून जर बरं वाटत असलं तर आपण ते उलटी करून त्यांना बरे वाटणार. बेलाडोना बेरियर.
लीना want the second footnote again. So in the second footnote, they have described the way of treatment of old school physician. Ki they are not considering this above indisposition state. They are giving the medicine for each and every patient only on the basis of single symptom. The case that I have described regarding the vada pav, the same patient, if he prefer the allopathic mode of treatment, and at the same time he also prefer the homeopathic, so if he went to the homeopathic physician, what he will do, he will not give the medicine, he will only give the placebo. But at the same time, allopathic physician will give him the antibiotic only on the basis of single symptom, कि उसने बाहर का कुछ खाया है तो इन्फेक्शन है उसके पेट में, उसको लूज मोशंस हो रहे हैं, so he will give the antibiotic for that. But Dr. Hahnemann said that कि this is the universal contempt, this is the अपमान है ये medical field में, because only on the basis of single symptom you cannot prescribe the medicine, as foot is not the man, as the man come first and then the organ, we know it from the Kent. So how you are treating the single symptoms with the antagonistic remedy, opposite medicine देके वो ठीक भी नहीं होगा, वो थोड़ा टाइम के लिए ठीक हो गए, that person became a worse, that condition is known as palliation. So actually this condition do not require the medicine, but still they are giving the medicine and they are doing the palliation in that patient, which is the worst condition. Understood? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So rejoin the meeting again after the 5 minutes. Then we will start from the aphorism number 8. जितना seconds बाकी है उतना मैं ले लेती हूँ. It is not conceivable, not can be approved by any experience in the world that after removal of all the symptoms of the disease and of the entire collection of the perceptible phenomena, there should or could remain anything else besides health, or that the morbid alteration in the interior could remain uneradicated. So he said that if you are knowing कि by removing the single symptom, it is not possible to remove the disease. We have to remove all the symptoms of the disease to get the cure. Okay, I'm ending this meeting here. Rejoin after 5 minutes.